If you guys remember a video I did about 6 months ago, you'll know that the last time I installed a bunch of aero parts on a car, it did not go so well. So hopefully this time we have different outcomes for this car. Welcome back to the channel. We got a new video for you guys today. Today we're gonna be dialing in the looks of the STI with only OEM parts. Right here, I have the full STI under spoiler kit. That's what they call it, but it consists of a front lip, rear spats, and side skirts, and it all is matching black with the STI logos. I'm a huge fan of OEM Plus, especially on this car. With this car already being as aggressive as it is from the factory, I don't think it needs a bunch of crazy carbon and stuff like that, but that's just me. I'm just a big fan of the OEM Plus look. So what better than OEM Plus than actual OEM parts? And with OEM parts, the fitment should be spot on. So I'm super excited to get these on today. I think I'm going to start off with the side skirts because in order to remove the side skirts, the car has to be on the ground because you have to pull off the actual side under this whole side piece under the doors in order to get the new side skirts on. There's a series of pop clips underneath that you pull out and then it should just pull right off. That came off so much easier than the M340s did. The first time I did the side skirts in the M340, it literally took me an hour to get the factory skirt off. The kit does come with, it comes with a bunch of bolts, but it also does come with templates, because we are gonna have to drill some holes for the rubber well nuts that are going into the bottom of the side skirt. It's super nice that from the factory, you get these nice little templates that show you exactly where you need to punch and drill holes. So I'm gonna go through, get the templates put onto the side skirts. They just throw on with some masking tape, and then we can mark the holes and get them drilled out. According to the instructions, you start out with a 3mm, and then a 6mm, and then all the way up to a 9.5mm. These are not in millimeters. These are actually a 5/32, a 1/4, and then a 3/8, but they are as close as you can get to 3/6 and 9.5, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think they're like 2/10 off or something like that. It shouldn't be a huge problem when we go to install the bolts. I believe they install A to G, or maybe A to E from front to back. So I guess we'll kind of figure that out. A left hand. I'm not totally sure how these go on. Maybe like this. That seems about right. Man, these side skirts are disgusting. So they don't stick on. At least the ones on the side skirts don't. So you gotta tape them in place, but as soon as they're in place, it should be good to go. And then on each of these templates, there's a little crosshair right here where you use a punch to punch through a little mark, then you can start drilling, going up from 3, 6, and then 9. So this is B. So B goes right here. Okay, so now that I've gone through and got all the templates in place, our next step is to go through with this punch. It's the punch where you like press in and it clicks and it marks where the drill bit should go so that it doesn't walk when you start to drill. And then we will go up with our 3 drill bits all the way up to 9.5 or 3/8 to install the well nuts. Now, like I said, we are going up with 3 different drill bits. I actually marked them off with some electrical tape, as you can see, like that. That way, this plastic is super soft plastic, so if you're not careful, you will punch right through the other side and through the top of the lip, which we don't want to do. So I did wrap them with a little bit of electrical tape so that way it kind of acts as a blocker. So that way we can only push the bit through so far. Now that they're marked, I'm gonna go through and get all the holes drilled, going up with the 5/32, the quarter, and then the 3/8. Okay, so now that I've gone through with the last drill bit and got all the holes to size, we take these little well nuts and they hammer in to the holes, and then when a screw goes through them, they actually compress very similarly to how a rivet works. I'm gonna go through, I do kind of need to clean up the holes a little bit. For whatever reason, this drill bit really chews up the edge and it leaves all these burrs. I'm not gonna show you guys this. I'm just gonna get the side skirt on. That way we can move to the next one. It's really not that interesting, but with a little bit of camera magic, I can make it happen pretty quick. And just like that, we have the new side skirt installed. I think it looks really good. I think that I almost like it better, just the matte black, than the carbon. I don't know, I just think it suits the OEM Plus look a little bit better. I know it's super dark in here, but I think it looks really good. I really like the STI logo on the back here. I think it turned out pretty good. So this is a very similar process for the front lip. We have to go through, lay our templates, mark the holes, drill the holes, and then add all of our rubber riv nuts, and then we can install the front lip. I'm gonna go through it pretty quick, but the install is almost exact same as the side skirts, just now on the front lip. They do actually include 4 new pop clips, well actually 6 new pop clips, 2 of the same ones that we just used on the side skirts. The one thing that is nice about the front lip, the little crosses that we actually use to mark where we're going to drill are actually molded into the front bumper. We only have to lay 2 templates, one on either corner, and then everything else should be cut and dry, ready to drill. One thing I will say is make sure that you have like maybe plastic specific bits. I don't know what these bits that I'm using are designed for. It wasn't drilling the plastic, it was more like corkscrewing the plastic. And it was making like these really bad, like gnarly holes that I have to come through and like clean out and make sure that they were like nice and tidy. So just make sure that you're using better bits than me, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I always have the worst luck when it comes to front lips. On the M340, I barely had the lip on and I already broke it. I actually didn't even have the lip on and I already broke it before I got it. And the same thing happened with this lip again. I don't even know what happened. I'm not sure if it was shipping or maybe I just stored it wrong. Maybe it got twisted when I was pulling it out of the box, but I've already got a bend and a crease in the lip. This is just like FRP plastic. Like I just can't catch a break with this stuff. It's kind of a bummer, but it's not worth me trying to get a new lip for it. We're just gonna throw it on there, and I mean, it's a front lip. It's gonna get beat up and torn up anyways. So, but it's like, I can't even get the lip on like brand new clean without breaking it. This is 1000% better than the factory. Check it out. It just looks so much better with this lip. It's like the perfect level of aggressiveness, but also I think it's super clean. I really like the extensions out from here. It's a good balance of style and aggressiveness. I can't wait to see it on the ground. I'm hoping that we're not gonna have to get ramps to get under it with the lip. It's not too big of a lip, but we'll see. I guess we're about to find out. Oh, just barely. Woo! Just barely clears it by literally a quarter of an inch. Check that out though. That looks so much better. I think one of my biggest issues with a lot of the aftermarket carbon lips out there is that they come out so far. It's like you're driving a front loader out there. And I'm personally not a huge fan of that, but this lip, I think it's a really good balance. Pair with the side skirts, and then our last little bit here, the rear spats, it's gonna look really good. This thing looks so much better with this on. It's definitely not some like insane body kit that like totally transforms the entire car and it looks like a totally different car. But I think it adds so much to the way that the car sits, especially on the suspension setup that we have. From the factory, these cars ride and look like a rally car, which they're designed to be that. But the way that this sits right now, it looks so much more like a track car. It's so much more aggressive, and it almost just looks more complete this way. That's what I think, at least. I definitely like how the whole kit just flows together. Like you have the line from here that comes around, and then it continues into the side skirt, and then it comes all the way up to the front, where it wraps around with that little edge there on the front lip. Obviously, it was designed to work with each other, but I just appreciate OEM stuff like that just works. I think in the morning, I'll pull the car out into the sun and get a little bit better look because it's definitely super dark in here. Hopefully with the new garage, we're gonna fix that. I really wanna like brighten up the area that I'm working in so that I can work at night, because honestly, the nighttime and the early morning is the best time to work, because other than that, it's just way too damn hot to do anything in the garage with these cars. Honestly, I don't know if there's a whole lot more that this car needs on the outside. I'm super happy with this thing, the way that this thing looks. It's just clean, it's simple, but it still looks really good. But with that, let's get a cold start. If you've been paying attention, you have noticed that we are missing something here in the garage, and that would be the white 2005 STI. I wasn't gonna talk about it a whole lot just because I was kind of done with content on that car, but I did end up selling that car. A lot of lessons to be learned with that car. I'll make another video about it in the future in regards to buying a salvage title car, and you know, I essentially lost a boatload of money with that car, but it's on to a new home. Someone who I think is going to enjoy it a lot and drive it and take care of it. So that in itself is worth it too. We're on to the next thing. I'm not totally sure what it's going to be the next car for the channel. Maybe we'll do some type of project or roller or something like that. I'm not totally sure yet. Or maybe we just save and try to get into something a little bit newer. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. I appreciate you guys watching. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.